Feminism simply means recognizing humanity and equality between men and women. When a woman breaks her own shackles, she breaks the shackles for womankind. Our two guests today are flag bearers of feminism in a male-dominated world. So all you ladies out there, live freely and let the love flow straight from the heart. Hello and welcome back to another power-packed episode of the most electrifying talk show, the Love, Laugh, Live show, only on the Times Network. I'm Mandira Bedi, itching to call our guests for today. We have a tag team up for you all today. Two revolutionary ladies who are changing the roadmap to success for all the aspiring young girls through their acting talent. They both have stamped their presence on the OTT platforms and continue to rule the space with their art. Please welcome the very talented, stylish and all-time ghumakkad, Kirti Kulhari, and the very vivacious, intelligent and someone who you can talk to for hours and hours, Maanvi Gagroo. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
With times having changed over the course of the pandemic, we too have changed our style of living as well as the way we think. We are now much more cautious about our surroundings. So, to purify my surroundings and to inhibit viruses, bacteria and pollutants, let me first switch on my Panasonic Nano EAC with its AQI sensors so Maanvi and Kirti can enjoy a cooler and healthier set. You know, it's a smart AC controlled by my phone. You guys have been very busy during this last little while. I mean, a lot of shoots shut down, there have been lockdowns, but you guys have been really busy during this last year and a half, 2 years. You've been working through lockdowns, through, not lockdowns, I'm not getting you into trouble here, but how's it been? How the last 2 years been for the both of you?
Yeah, no, so, I don't want to sound insensitive, but they've been fairly productive, for the lack of a better word, in the sense that even the times that I wasn't working was somehow I think it turned out to be educational in one way or another, or I feel like I came out stronger and better, and all of that. In terms of working through the lockdown or the pandemics and stuff, I remember initially because our show released
that was the first thing that happened.
First ever, and none of us was prepared for it. We didn't know what work from home was till then, or what Zoom promotions were. And suddenly we're doing that, and I remember being extremely overwhelmed because I live alone. I had to do everything on my own, plus look good and do this promotion business. And I remember we had this conversation. I was like, I haven't eaten because I haven't got the time to eat or cook or wash the bartan. How am I going to do this? So then they were like, yeah, no, we're all struggling with it. And we were like, yeah. So everybody, I think what it's done is that
but I remember, there was this one journalist who the Zoom thing opens and one goes so guys, what's up? How's it going? So I was like,
what are your tips?
Nothing, jharu, katka, bartan, everything. So I was like,
no, but remember that they asked us, can you give us some tips about dealing with the lockdown? And we're all looking at each other saying, this is our first lockdown also.
In case you haven't noticed, it's our first time.
Yeah, it's not like we're pros at lockdown, so we don't know how to deal with this either.
We all learned on the job, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So, what was the greatest learning for you, for the both of you during this time that went by?
My greatest learning would be, I was anyway a believer of, keeping it simple, minimalism. And I think that's just been reinforced in such a strong way.
Thoda hai, thode ki zarurat hai.
हाँ, मतलब थोड़ी, it's like hair, of course, and काफी है यार,
Did you pick up any new skill?
I picked
or
up
I need to learn how to make banana bread?
She has learned all different kinds of dishes of paneer. Paneer का ये कुछ भी बना सकती है.
No, but paneer was the easiest to get and cook. Yeah, so I made, I remember she used to keep teasing me, it was her birthday, and she's like, are you getting me a paneer cake? And I'm like, no.
Now, speaking of releases, the next season, when is it coming? When is it actually officially,
we haven't finished shooting it
yet.
actually.
No, so you should have
So
you
we're
should have
still-
like some light at the end of the tunnel. When is it coming? Everybody wants to know, and it's amazing that it's going into a third
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
And
Maybe a September, October next year, not before that.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely
are
not
you
the
like
first
halfway
half of
through,
20.
or
We're
Yeah, we've shot most of it, but there's still a lot of it left actually.
there's a foreign sked which involves
One
a
entire
lot of
schedule,
actors
yeah.
together,
which you have
is
to
what
hold
is-
on for a little bit.
Yeah.
Given the times we
Yeah.
are currently living
It's
in.
just all, and we have been living in the for the last 2 years.
So season 3 has been going on since last year March.
Well, I'm going to take you away from this interview for just a few moments because it's time for a short break. On the other side, we're going to be talking to Kirti and Maanvi about their love lives. So stay with us on the Love, Laugh, Live show.
The idea of, I think for me today, love is equivalent to freedom. You know, when you
Indeed.
can when you can just allow whether
The
it's
other person to be.
yeah.
Welcome back to a sizzling love segment of today's episode of the Love, Laugh, Live show. I'm here with Kirti and Maanvi, and they're going to spill some beans about their love life. Now, is it going to be a
Are we?
sizzling? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You have high
Is this going to be a
expectations.
sizzling segment where you're going to say, you know what? I have like 3 men in my life, or you're going to say, you know what? I've got this.
This
like,
wasn't the
boy-
brief.
I'm just saying, whatever.
Yeah.
Is there anybody? Are there any updates that you could share that I have someone in my life, or there's someone who's a prospective I'm thinking about, or you're not going to do that?
But there aren't. I mean, we would if we. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm speaking on her behalf also. I would if there was anybody, but
There isn't. Not even like a दूर से अच्छा कुछ
I'm
तो
having-
यहाँ पे potential है.
I'm enjoying.
You are
enjoying. I enjoy.
That is good to hear. See, at least you're saying
Yeah,
that.
at least saying
And
that.
nobody is important enough to mention on this show.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
You? Are you also enjoying?
Are you enjoying?
I'm enjoying by myself.
I'm
Like,
enjoying-ish.
That sounds wrong.
That sounds wrong. Yes, that does.
I'm enjoying by myself.
No, you can enjoy by yourself.
Yeah, that's also.
Yeah,
why
also
does it
come
sound
come on,
wrong?
like
yes.
that's the message, dude. Yeah.
Yes.
So no, I'm good. I have. I mean, I separated some time back, so
You're okay?
थोड़ा break लेना बनता है. So yeah.
What is it that you look for in a partner, in a man? What are the qualities that you would look for someone who would be there for the long haul, like a Jeevan Sathi?
Actually, this is also this. I think this is something which keeps changing with time, with the phase of life you're in. So maybe even in a week's time, it'll be different. But
Let's
for
talk
now,
about
right now,
what do we have? We only have the moment.
correct.
So let's just talk in the moment.
I think respect is
Respect,
one.
number one.
Number one, respect. Sense of humor has
Of
to
course.
have a great sense. I mean, according to me, a great sense of humor.
Of course.
And should be someone with a strong character. And by that I mean
Personality.
no, just like
Values and stuff.
Okay,
it's- no,
solid guy with solid values.
morality. Yeah,
Morality,
like I mean,
ethics
it's like just if you're wrong, then own up to it. I mean, that's like just have a spine. You know that. Yeah.
Matlab, he should be able to say sorry. Very important.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Sorry when you make a mistake. It's really
Of course,
as because
of course.
all of us make mistakes, right? So it's just really as simple as that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. These three.
3-4 important
Yeah.
things.
I think, of course, as Man said, like you know, through your life, what you want in a guy kind of keeps changing, and I think that's also to do with the fact that you are also figuring it out. You know, you're also growing up, you're also evolving, maturing, and I think the stage I'm at today, in terms of whatever I have, experienced in my life, I think for me the most important thing is someone who is who's grown up, who comes with no drama. You know, when I say no drama, there's so much drama all of us carry in ourselves, and relationships are made of it, and people think that's how it is. But I think I'm at a stage where I'm like, no drama comes from a space of keeping it simple, you know, like it doesn't have to be complicated. The idea of, I think for me today, love is equivalent to freedom, you know, when you
Indeed.
can when you can just allow whether
The
it's
other person to be.
yeah, whether it's your parents, your siblings, your friends,
Yeah.
your partners. I mean, just the space and the freedom for them to be who they want to be. That's the most you can do, and that's the least you can do, and I think that's enough in a lot of ways.
Tell me, are there people in your lives who are like matchmakers? Arey, I've got the perfect person for you. You must meet him. That kind of thing.
I'm usually that person.
Oh, you're that person.
Yeah,
you're the matchmaker in other people's lives.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, I think you'll get along really well with this guy, or you'll get along really well with this girl. Yeah, I'm
Chalo,
usually.
you're the matchmaker. That's nice to hear. Nobody ever who sat on the couch has ever this couch has ever said that.
Yeah. No, I'm very good at putting people together, but then I forget. I don't. Yeah.
And then you forget.
Yeah,
But then you don't have to follow up. Then it's on them.
Exactly. Yeah. Then you figure
got
it
them
out,
together,
right? Yeah.
and that's.
Then don't give me updates and all that. He did this, she did that. I'm like,
that's
I'm
on
not
you.
your mom.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
I did this. Like now I'm
Yes,
out. Yeah.
Yes.
So
do you have people like family members?
No, I don't.
who are
Like, I think
no?
they dare not.
Okay.
I think after, as I said, everyone's like, like, you know what I mean? It's like everyone's
Space
like,
there too,
okay,
please.
yeah.
Space there too,
Isko
please.
akela chhod do abhi, she'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And
like it happened with me. I told her about some guy and I was like, listen, you should totally meet him. And she's like, what? No. And she just like rubbished it. And I'm like, okay, never again.
and I can't be the matchmaker because when people like suggest someone, na koi batana koi hai, to I'm like,
Yeah.
kya?
Yeah.
Batana koi
I'm like, go and figure it out yourself.
That's
I'm
right.
not going to do this for you.
And there are enough apps these days to match make.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's also there. A couple of years ago, the technology wasn't really, unless you were on a marriage site.
Yeah.
Jeevansathi.com.
Be found.
But I'm saying now there are apps also that get people together. So
Correct.
yeah, figure your stuff out. You can easily do so. But it's nice. It's having said that, I'm not dissing the fact that you're a matchmaker and you get people
I'm
together.
not like a matchmaker.
This
I'm
will-
just saying whenever
No,
it's happened, I've done that.
you see potential in two people.
then why not?
This will never go out of fashion. Koi bhi apps aa jaye, koi bhi technology aa jaye,
Yeah.
people being matchmakers
Yes.
will never go out of fashion.
Manvi, you're a psychology student and you love reading psychology
You could have
books.
stopped at psycho.
Yeah, you're a psycho student. You're a psychology student. But you still love reading, and you were a major in psychology,
Yes.
is it? And you still love to read books on psychology, is that right?
Yeah. No, in fact,
That's
that's
like
my...
who reads their books like their course material after?
Haven't
go
you
through
graduated
my-
to people yet?
No, but I go through my notes also once in a while, like
That's
just
sweet.
to. And my course books, are like 2-3 books I've kept still. The others I kind of passed it on to people, but some of the books I still go through sometimes. And of course, I try to. So I have this major. I mean, again, for the lack of a better word, guilt that I didn't do my masters in psychology because I really wanted to study further in this subject. But I have that thing, and I think that guilt drives me to kind of keep abreast with what's happening in the world of psychology.
Let me tell you,
at other
you're
places.
in the entertainment industry. That's like a master's in psychology.
That's true. And that's
also
why I think
being
I
an
got
actor,
drawn-
right? Also being an actor.
I think that's why I got drawn to it because I mean, since it wasn't a planned choice, I think that's how I gravitated towards it because I think this just requires that kind of a person, someone who has an innate interest in people and how they interact and the dynamics and all of these things. So yeah, I think that's
While
how
you
it
were
worked
talking,
out.
I'm trying to think. I did psychology in my 11th and 12th grade, and all I remember is that Pavlov's
Pavlovian
experiment.
conditioning,
Yeah,
the
dog.
dog experiment, yeah.
That's all I remember. 2 years of 2 years of psychology. Freud, yeah, of course. Freudian slips and Freud. Yeah, that's about it. 2 years of psychology. Just saying, I am not going back to my course material and reading those rereading those books again. But I hope all the boys who are watching this made some notes because these girls, what they want first is respect and space. Very important. It's time for a short break. On the other end, we'll talk to Kirti about her tattoo obsessions and Maanvi about her fangirl moment with none other than Shakti Kapoor, only on the Love, Laugh, Live show.
I see Shakti Kapoor crossing the road. And I went like this and I'm like, oh my God, Shakti Kapoor! Okay, and I literally leapt out of the rickshaw.
Welcome back again to the Love, Laugh, Live show, only on the Times Network. I'm here with Kirti Kulhari and Maanvi Gagroo, set to share some laughs. Okay, so tell me about your tattoo obsession. How many tattoos do you have?
I think I have about 6 now.
6?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to tell us the body parts?
Yeah. So there's one here, which is my first. There's
And today you chose an outfit where you can't show us anything. It's like...
That's true, actually. I can only show you this. The smiling sun.
Oh, that is very nice.
Yes. So there's one here, there's one here, which says
You
Kalakar.
mean the laughing
It says Kalakar.
Laughing sun.
Kalakar.
That's Kalakar. And there's one here, which says sometimes you have to let things go. There is a new one I got done in Georgia called Gratitude. Like it's on my,
So
beautiful.
Gratitude was your latest
In Georgia, and then I have, I think this one, there's a lavender
that's
thing
pretty.
that I got done in Georgia again. So, yeah.
Now, tell me about that moment, that Shakti Kapoor moment, which she even didn't know about. She's like,
I
what?
did.
No, it's not that big a moment anyway. It's not
on.
that
Let's make
significant
it
in
big.
my
Come
life.
on.
Let's hear
make
it.
it big.
No, so when we just moved from Delhi and we were in Bombay, we were very new. We were kids. We were 17 and a half. And for
We
us, I did this show for Disney called Dhoom Machao Dhoom. So all of us, there were 3 girls that had been brought from Delhi to Bombay. That we were put up in a very nice place. Disney had arranged for everything. So we heard these stories that you can like spot celebrities on the
Yeah, that's
street.
what they say in LA. You see people in Bombay. You see,
Yeah, you can
people
just
walking.
like the people are buying groceries and this and that. So that's the idea we came here with. So now one day we were in a rickshaw, okay, my friend and I see Shakti Kapoor passing the crossing the road, and I went like this, and I'm like, oh my God, Shakti Kapoor, okay, and I literally leapt out of the rickshaw, and even Shakti Kapoor was really surprised to see that because he was also like, "Mera itna bada fan
Kaun hai?
Yeah, because I was practically outside the rickshaw, and I'm like, oh my God, Shakti Kapoor, why aren't you
Did
looking?
you go and take a picture with him?
No, we went off, and my
gosh, you crossed each other. And it was like, oh wow.
Yeah, but I
your big
remember-
moment, and you couldn't even get a picture.
Yeah, and my first big moment.
Now, tell me about your love affair with courts, like courtroom dramas.
Oh.
I mean, what's the deal there? Hindu
Kuch to hai,
Sarkar, Pink, criminal justice. Like, what's the deal? Why are you so like what? I mean,
I think they're just lucky for me.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, script dijiye, acha court scene hai, nahi hai, daliye. It's going to do well. It's going to work.
yeah.
But you're very right, yeah. Like, I am so fed up of court scenes. I'm so fed up of them. As an actor, like, ऐसा क्या कर दूँ इस बार performance में कि मतलब ये scene भी कुछ हो जाए, like ढंग से हो जाए, So it's been a big challenge for me, honestly.
If there are any directors or producers who are watching now, she needs to be cast as a lawyer.
Yeah, I think
that's
Or
right.
you could be that lady with
that would be like
just be present in the courtroom.
wow.
Yeah, I would love to do this, just be standing
You
there.
really have to display some acting chops for that
Qanun
one.
ke haath.
Wow. But tell me, there's a story behind your first ever, not your first ever audition, but the first audition for your first ever acting gig. Yeah. Tell us about that.
That's also very very accidental. I mean, now in retrospect, they all seem like they had a purpose.
Of course, everything has a purpose.
Yeah.
Nothing happens without everything is written.
Yeah.
There are, as they say in Kung Fu Panda, there are no accidents.
That's right.
Or as they say in Ajnabi, everything is planned.
Well.
No, so I was again in this was in college first year. I had nothing to do with acting, right? And my teacher had told me, Sir Disney was looking for actors for their new show, and my teacher told me to go and audition, and I said, but I'm not an actor.
Were
I'm a
you doing
dancer.
any acting?
No, I used to be a dancer. I'm a trained dancer, and I used to do dance shows and stuff. And then one day I was meeting a friend of mine. He picked me up. He dropped me. He had to go somewhere. And then he said, I'll be back in half an hour. And I was sitting, used to be a coffee shop, Mocha used to be there in Delhi. And I was sitting waiting for him. Then I remembered that this audition thing is happening here only, like in E Block. I said, let me just go and kill time. I went there, it was in a basement. And I sat there. And I'm sitting, and then this girl came out. And she said, hi, can I help you? And I was like, she said, are you here for the audition? I said, yeah. And she said, okay. And then she asked this man who was sitting there, who seemed to be like in charge and in a more authoritarian position. And he said that give her Biki ka character. And she gave me the lines. And I had to memorize. And I said, okay, chal, khatam karke, we'll leave. And I got it. And that's just like how it was
killed
crazy.
time, and that kind of changed the
And I
path
killed the
of your...
audition.
Yeah, you killed the audition,
Yeah.
baby. Very good, very good. Okay, now, we have to talk about the beautiful color of your hair.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. Wow.
yes.
You're talking about all the things I love.
Yes, yes.
Is the show called Love, Laugh, Live?
Yes, it is. So, like, what inspired you? What inspired you to go ombre? What inspired you to do? I mean, you've been experimenting a lot with your.
I've reached a point in life where I'm like, मैं acting के लिए अगर एक तरीके से रहूंगी, तो मैं अपनी जिंदगी कब जीऊंगी? ऐसा तो नहीं है कि मतलब अभी अच्छा 10 साल ऐसे रह लेती हूँ, उसके बाद करूंगी ना अपने मन की. So I want.
So you weave in the kind of hair that you like or want to have generally into your characters as well.
I actually do that for sure. It's like it kind of happens that way. But I just want to do what I want to do for Kirti, you know, and not just not play to the idea of Bollywood में actresses ऐसी ही लगती हैं, इसी कलर के बाल होने चाहिए, यही hair styles होनी चाहिए. I mean, I don't want to look like everybody else. I want to look like me, and this is me, and I will.
It's an expression of your individuality.
I will keep doing this for a long time now, you know. So
that's lovely.
Yeah.
Tell me about your horse riding story. You're a great horse rider.
I don't know about this story either.
No, for Shubh Mangal, zyada saavdhan only. We had to. They taken me for horse riding lessons, and so now again and you know the guy who was teaching me, he was constantly talking about how he's like, मैंने कंगना मैम को इस मूवी के लिए सिखाया, मैंने इस मैम को इस मूवी इन सर को, you know, and he was just constantly talking, dropping names and telling me इसको and he's like, मैं आपको तो 3 दिन में सिखा दूंगा, 3 दिन में, and I'm like, नहीं 1 हफ्ता है, you know, ले लो, हाँ पूरा आराम से 1 हफ्ता लो, whatever. He's like, हाँ नहीं आप, and you know, there was this guy from the direction team also with me, and I'm looking at him saying, please tell him to not do any harbad and all, and he's like, yeah. Now first day we've gone around very nicely, trotting and stuff. Second day, he's like, "Abhi aap ho gaye ho confident," and I'm telling him, "Nahi," and he has hit the, as in you know whatever,
spanked
the horse, yeah, and that horse is taken off.
Right.
And I have forgotten whatever I'd learned in the first lesson. And the minute he ran behind it and he caught hold of him, obviously, of the horse, and I'm like, मुझे नहीं करना, मुझे उतारना है, and I just got off, and I'm like, and then they're like, okay, no, relax, and then I'm like, आपने क्यों भगाया? Then he said, I thought आप कर लोगे मैनेजर. I said, why did you think so? I was constantly telling you नहीं होगा. But yeah, so then we somehow, this how we shot that scene in the film, and it's become touchwood such an iconic scene because it's like a bride entering her shadi on a ghoda. And Hitesh, our director, he keeps sending them to me saying, bro, you know, you've done this. I said, no, don't send me these
so many
anxiety-inducing articles. Don't send this to me or whatever.
So from anxiety, let's move towards some fun. We're going to play the most played party game ever, Dumb Charades. Okay? So you
We are
have to
inviting,
guess, okay? Okay, first one.
One word. Hindi. Break.
First half.
Second half. No, break it into 2 parts. Yeah.
First half.
First part. Sun. Suraj.
Suraj ki kiran. Sun.
Suryavanshi.
See? That was simple.
Ready?
Yes. Don't look, huh?
Oh.
Hindi.
Yeah. I thought
Look at me also. I'm also guessing. Like, I understand the two of you have tuning in every 4 words.
4 words. हम आपके हैं कौन? शुभ मंगल ज़्यादा सावधान. Third word. छुरा. Kill.
Murder. Kill.
Kill. Oh, no one killed Jessica.
Yay. Your turn.
Oh,
You saw it, no? You saw it.
No, I saw it's one word, but that's all I...
Okay.
It is one
So
word.
predictable, guys.
Okay. One word.
Hindi. It's your film, not something. Because they're giving my...
Khichdi.
Khichdi?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not easy, huh? I'm sorry.
You can do it. First half.
One word. Is it a one word?
It's one word?
3 parts.
Okay.
First part. Sounds
like?
Sit.
It. Something.
Itihas.
Okay, wait.
Etihasik.
No. So you've got the
First part,
half.
huh?
Now the
Third part.
sounds.
Yeah, sounds like
Andhera.
darkness, andhera. Sounds like darkness. Duck.
Bark. Ark.
Iqbal.
Far. Ittifaq.
Ittifaq.
That's a difficult one to act out, no?
Yeah.
That's true.
Give me some credit.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
तुम्हारी कोई फिल्म होगी?
No.
Okay, good. 2. Hindi, English?
Hindi.
First
part. Gone.
Yesterday. Gone.
Gone. Second word is, sounds like mast. Happy.
Ayashi.
What's
Ayash.
the local term for that?
Ash. Gone. So ash, gone,
Cash.
Gone cash.
Yeah. Oh, gone Kesh.
Wow.
Kesh is Hindi, no?
Yeah.
हाँ. अब आपकी बारी.
Okay. All right. This should be simple.
One
One
word.
word.
Hindi.
Kanun. Sorry.
Blind.
Hindi. Andha.
Andha Kanun.
Andhadhun.
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 Ah, nice. All right, that was the end of this segment, but we have a lot more to explore. After a short break, we'll talk to Kirti about her struggles with the industry and the lifestyle choices of Maanvi. No brands. No, if you don't have brands, I don't like you. That kind of stuff. Stay tuned on the Love Laugh Live show, only on the Times Network.
Trying to put people into a certain bracket or
Yes.
whatever is
Yes.
because they think यही चलता है. अरे नहीं, कुछ और देख के तो देखो.
Welcome back to another blockbuster episode of the Love Laugh Live show with Kirti Kulhari and Maanvi Gagroo, where they're all set to share some moments from their lives. So, Kirti, you've talked about in some interview before this how you replaced from a film when you were going through something.
Yeah. I was. I went through a small bout of depression. I think in 2009. I was in a relationship, but it was not because of the relationship. But I think I just went into a space where I had never experienced, such a downfall or whatever you call it in terms of psychologically, mentally, emotionally. Like I didn't even know what was happening to me. I think it's like a black hole, which is just sucking you, and then you are like sight of reality. You are, you can't sleep anymore. You don't eat anymore. And of course, if you don't sleep, you're not resting, not eating. It's just like a vicious cycle you get into, and it's just so difficult to get out of that. And I think I was signed up for a South film at that point, and I remember going all the way to Chennai to kind of do a little photo shoot for them. Like I was so zoned out, you know what you're going through, and you hope that people don't see it. But I don't think that's, I don't think you can hide it to that an extent, because everything is affected. And I remember I just knew that something was not right even when I went for the photo shoot. And I got back and I got the news that it's not working out for you.
How do you pick yourself up from a situation like that? Because you're as it is down and out, and then you've been replaced like very sort of ungraciously.
But as I said, it becomes like such a vicious cycle because you need that one ray of hope where you're like something you can kind of hold on to, pick yourself, which gives you the motivation to come out of that,
Sure.
Everything was kind of just falling apart. But, I think I'm just so grateful that, my sister is a doctor, and I kind of spoke to her about what I'm going through, and, and I spoke to another general physician, and all I did was I had to break this cycle of I had gotten into, no sleep, no eating, no exercising, nothing. So I had to get back on track, at least one of these things.
Yes.
So they put me on anti-anxiety pills for like 2 months, and that brought back my sleep. So when I could sleep at night, I started to feel hungry. And when I could, eat, I felt I made exercising a must during those. You are so much into it, like it just does something to you when they exactly, so it's not some magic or something, but it almost feels like magic because it can just lift you out of almost everything,
It does.
So I did that. I broke that cycle, and then slowly, steadily, within like 6 months, my life kind of came back on track with eating well, sleeping well, exercising, and
getting your life back.
Yeah, absolutely. Just me finding myself emotionally and mentally again.
What is the hardest thing about being in this industry, and what's the best thing about being in this industry?
The best thing, of course, is being an actor. Like, you know what I mean? It's just such a
You
beautiful.
get to play so many parts.
It's such a beautiful process, you know. I mean, what comes out is still the result of that process. But I think as an actor, when you have a new script, you have a new character, you have a new person to, you know. Delve into, you know, get into their lives, you know, and understand things. It's made me a very open person, you know. It's made me non-judgmental. It's made me, you know, more empathetic, and so I love this part of it for sure. What I don't like about the industry, I don't like the inauthenticity. You know, if you look like look a certain way, if you have a certain hair color, if you are a certain body type, ye nahi chalega, sirf ye chalega. So
cut out, copy, paste,
so I'm saying that authenticity is what I miss greatly in this industry.
This business, for sure. Maanvi?
So while she was talking, I was thinking, I agree with both the things that she said, of course. And of course, there's the good outweighs the bad, which is why we're still here. But I think my favorite thing about this industry is that no 2 days are the same. You know, like I would get very bored. I get bored I need constant stimulation. And no 2 days are the same. And I love that. But what I don't like, kind of a corollary to what she said, which is actually what she said was a more specific point, but in a more like macro setup, it's this whole commercial aspect, art versus commerce, right? Like it's this constant struggle between money or art, and it doesn't have to be two separate things. Is what my
but never the twain shall meet.
Yeah,
there's so many projects you want. Oh my God, this I want to do, and the money is like. Why?
No, and even this thing that she was talking about, that trying to put people into a certain bracket or whatever, is because they think yahi chalta hai. Arey nahi, kuch aur dekh ke to dekho.
So you, now look at you, and I can see you're a very like happy, you know, positive, but you cry very easily, I'm given to understand.
She does.
Yeah. Like something happens and you're like a heap
I
of
just
tears.
wear my emotions on my sleeve.
Okay, so what you see is what you get. That's it. She's the
not today.
You know, not today. She's the definition of authenticity, because what you see is what you get, which is lovely. Has it ever put you in like a weird spot?
I mean, in terms
like
of crying and all, like sometimes I was just, the minute you said it, and I was like, she's also saying and I'm like, shit, Maanvi, don't start. I'm like, don't start crying right now, and I'm like, no, that's just stupid. So I can't.
That would have been something.
That
would be hilarious. Yeah, you know, I don't cry. I do. I really do cry very easily. Yeah, no, but I think it helps actually as an actor.
No glycerine required.
No, not just crying. Everything, just like having your emotions like at the brink, always being at the brink of your emotions as an actor only.
Always having them at your disposal, like
just tapping.
Chal bahar nikal.
Today I want to be angry. Today I want to be,
It's like Inside Out.
But
yes, I was just thinking of Inside Out. Really.
Whose
turn is it right now?
You start playing.
Yeah.
How cool that would be if you could just
had a remote and buttons.
That's so
and
cool.
Yeah. But as a person, of course, it doesn't serve me very well.
I can imagine. Now, from the present moment that all of us are in, let's talk a little bit about the future. We're all together in these tough times, and now it's our duty to make this world a better place to live in. It can be done just by making small and conscious changes in the way we're living. Today, a safe home, good health, and a healthy state of mind are the most important assets one can have to be ready to #meet the future. So now I'm going to ask you a couple of questions as far as meeting the future are concerned. Are there any changes that you've made in your day-to-day life to, meet the future? Are there any new practices that you've adopted, keeping this time that we've gone through in mind? How are you ready to meet the future?
No, one is more focus on health, because I've taken it for granted for a while now.
Sure.
And in terms of, I've always known, but the execution part of it has always been the problem. But now I'm at least I'm focusing only on the consistency part of it. I'm like, okay, let me at least every day squeeze in at least 45 minutes to an hour exercise. And again, mindful eating. Which doesn't mean that I don't eat unhealthy, but I'm aware that I'm eating. I mean, I'm not just mindlessly stuffing my face anymore.
I don't want a house in Bombay, okay? I want to stay. I found this piece of land outskirts of Bombay, and I'm going to build my home there.
Okay.
It's in the middle of hills and all of that, a lot of greenery, nature. And like that's now when I build that house, I want that house to be also very eco-friendly.
Yeah.
You know, I am going to make sure that I have
Yes.
a waste, this thing happening
system,
there itself. You know, so I'll be also using solar power.
And rainwater
Rainwater. So like I'll be doing everything that I can do to
When it's in your control.
It's in my control, yeah.
Sure.
So just being mindful, mindful towards people, mindful towards yourself and everything.
Okay, in your opinion, what change do you expect in living conditions by the year 2050? Quickly, rapid fire. What do you think is going to be different?
We're going to shift to solar power.
Completely.
I think masks will be a very normal. There'll be greater, a higher efficiency of masks.
Oh,
and all,
okay.
like gas masks.
Oh, I hope we don't need gas masks.
Look at where we're going. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any innovation for cooling which causes less pollution and is healthier? Because Panasonic is one of our sponsors. So a question, do you have any innovation for cooling which causes less pollution and is healthier?
I think when I was talking about doing my house, I'm going to make sure I'm going to have ventilation, like have high ceilings and have cross ventilation anyway. And then I'm going to use a lot of mud.
And use local.
I'm going to use
stones
mud
and-
to kind of give me that, keep it cool, you know.
Okay. Now, finally, hovering cars or elevated gardens. What would you choose? Think about the future and tell me. Hovering cars or when
I
you
think
see
hovering
sci-fi
cars.
movies.
I think hovering cars.
Hovering cars?
It'll beat the traffic of Bombay.
Oh.
But then all the cars will be in the air.
Yes,
So
yes.
it'll be there.
Because there'll be some easy pass to use the top,
Yeah.
the top
Also, I
level.
wish elevated gardens, but what's going to happen is hovering cars.
Yeah.
We have enough cars, just go look outside.
Fly. Instead, give us wings. We'll fly.
That's right. That would be the innovation
Ideal,
we want.
yeah.
It'll be cooler also. Talking about the future, let's hashtag meet the future of technology with Panasonic and Nano E AC with its latest technology and AQI sensors that keeps our home and workspace safe from all kinds of pollutants. A very interesting life both of them have had, but they've come out as warriors. We are in the later stages of today's episode, but we'll still have some interesting stuff to come. It's time for a short break, after which we'll have our final segment, a teeny tiny segment with Kirti and Maanvi on the Love Laugh Live Show.
Trying to put people into a certain bracket
Yes.
or whatever is
Yes.
because they think यही चलता है. अरे नहीं, कुछ और देख के तो देखो.
Welcome back, boys and girls. We're now on our last segment of today's episode of the Love, Laugh, Live Show. Here with Kirti and Maanvi. Fasten your seatbelts for the final ride. Okay, so during this recent lockdown, we all learnt how to look after ourselves. We had to look good in front of, cameras, even little cameras, the Zoom calls.
Cameras.
So, do you feel the pressure to look good at all times? Do you feel the
I
pressure?
don't. I think I'm too comfortable with who I am, what I look like, and the acceptance and the realization कि मैं नहीं लग सकती a diva all the time, and taking that pressure off me actually makes me look better.
Okay.
You know. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
I have 1-2 tricks up my sleeve. Like I'll put like lip balm quickly and like little dab the same lip balm on my cheeks,
Yeah.
and then that's
That's a quick
brush
fix.
brush my hair in a certain way that I like, and then that's it.
Quick fixes are very important
Yeah.
because sometimes you are caught off guard and you need to also great lighting. Remember, a nice
Yeah.
ring light
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
helps
Yeah.
with the
Nothing like the natural light.
nothing like natural light. That's for sure. Okay, a lot of people learn to do their hair at home. Did you learn anything at home that you saying, wow, I did this myself. I don't need to go to the salon. Is there anything that you learned at home to do yourself, like during these days of staying at home?
No, again, the trick is that like I do
Okay.
this thing. I keep telling my hairdresser that this is
Turn
the
upside down.
The flip, it gives you volume, and it
Yes.
looks like you've just freshly combed and freshly styled.
Right.
And just do that and
Okay.
sorted.
Wow, that's not
Yeah.
a really very
That's not a
not a
tip.
really like a very different trick or anything.
Yeah.
But any tips?
Like,
or-
But I came up with it.
you came. I know. You came up with it. She should patent it.
Yeah, I invented it.
I think using a pure aloe vera gel on your wet hair, and then just like if you want that little beachy kind of curls,
Yeah.
instead of using the sea salt spray and all that, which is great, which you can also make at home, by the way. Like this aloe vera gel in your dried hair, and you can just like put it in a bun or whatever, and then just open it up. Once it's dry, it's gonna look like a little
Baby. Nice.
Beach waves.
Beach waves. What is the craziest experiment you guys have done with your hair? You must have like.
Well, this is my crazy experiment.
Is this your craziest, or have you gone?
No, this is the craziest. But I think the crazier one was when I bleached my hair before. So I had to bleach my whole hair before I, went on to do because my hair was jet black, and to change it to any other color, I have to kind of bleach it
you
out.
have to strip it. And
So this long hair bleaching, and I went on a trip to Georgia, and it's blonde hair, and I happen to be fair. So of course, I got trolled for my bleached hair. But also the fact that I went there, and blonde hair is something that didn't make me look like Indian. Like it just completely took away from the fact that Indian bhi ho sakti hai. So I think that living those 15 days with that hair, and not figuring out what to do with it, how to kind of wear it, not wear it, and I don't use products like in terms of that's not the
No.
I'm not when I'm not shooting, I'm just like free of all of this.
Nice.
So I was just like,
What is your craziest hair experiment? Don't tell me, bending my head forward.
No, the craziest
Because you
was,
came up.
crazy
You went this
when
way.
I went the other side.
and it came back not
Like what?
No, I cut my own. I cut my fringe once.
I was gonna
I
ask
do
you,
that
that was
all
my
the
next
time, yeah,
question.
yeah.
Yeah. I never did it again
Never
for
did
a
it again.
reason.
I did cut my fringe too. And you just think when your hair is wet, you just cut it like that. No.
And then it falls differently
yes,
when it's
you have to
dry.
cut it a little longer because when it's
Yeah.
drier, it kind
It
of goes
goes
up.
up.
Yeah.
So that is a very bad idea. Don't cut your
It's
fringe.
okay, it's just hair. It
And I
grows
did
Yeah,
back.
it'll grow.
Yeah.
No, but my hair growth is really slow. It takes so long, and I did it right before my birthday, and it was like, but long back.
It was a very memorable birthday because आप बहुत memorable लग रही
I
होंगी.
was crying at 12 o'clock when my friends were calling
That's
me.
why.
And I was like, and they're like, what happened? It's your birthday. And I cut my hair. I'm looking horrible.
So to make sure that your hair gets the right kind of heat, gets styled with
This
the
is
right
that
kind of heat, there's a
Oh my
present for
God.
you from
Thank you.
Philips India and
Thank
one for
you.
you too. You know what? This will give you turn it around, turn your head around.
And that's what I do.
Yes, and use the heated brush, and then
Yeah.
it'll really it'll give you the volume that you want. And we also have another gift. There's two in there.
Oh yeah, I was like,
Yes,
किसको
it's
जा रहा है? I was
it's
like,
one big
किसको जा
box.
रहा है? Yeah.
One big box.
We
but
will
for the
still
both
be
of you.
fighting for the frames inside.
Yes, you decide. You
So I
decide
decide.
between the two of you which one who
Yeah.
keeps what. But it's a small.
If you hear
gift.
sounds of like some
Yes,
something going
yes.
on,
It's from Carrera Sunglasses, bring a whole new world of sunglasses to you, for you. Now,
can't
that
open
brings us to the end of our episode. I just have to tell you, it was absolutely lovely talking to the both of you.
Don't you say that
It
to
was
everyone.
No, I do.
I'm just
But it was so much fun. It's so nice to have two girls who, love and respect each other and so much.
who can pretend
Let's
to be
show her
the
who can
true
pretend,
side.
who can pretend to love and
get
respect
along
each
so
other.
well.
Pretend to get along. No, but really, it was lovely having you here on the show with us. And here's hoping you get that lawyer role with like some purple hair or something.
Oh my God, that would
it
be
might happen.
something, yeah.
It might happen.
Yeah.
And here's to you doing even more lovely work, which makes you not cry, but makes you happy.
Yay, thank you.
No, I mean it. I wish
She
you
was almost
all
about to
the
cry
best.
at that.
I wish you both all the very best. And here's
Thank
to
you.
the both of you continuing to inspire lots of young girls who look up to you. And here's to both of you growing from strength to strength.
And you, thank you
Mandira.
for having us
Absolutely.
and for being such an inspiration in the journey.
Absolutely.
I follow you on Insta and everything, so yeah.
Thank you, and wishing you all the very best.
Thank you, Mandira. Thank you so much. Thank you.
One powerful woman can change the way the world looks at the entire race, and these two are right on that track. It's time to say goodbye now. But don't you think we're stopping here? We're going to be back next week bringing you more such inspiring stories from your favorite celebrities about their lives. Until then, I'm Mandira Bedi signing off. Keep watching the Love, Laugh, Live show only on the Times Network.